Good evening, everybody. My name is Kostas Hatzipavlidis. I'm going to be talking about agriculture today in terms of what farmers are using with data agriculture. Something that's very important to me is how my company, the Monsanto company, who I'm interning with this summer, has a subsidiary company, the Climate Corporation, and they are using data agriculture. They're actually a data agriculture company that started in California with rainfall agriculture and things like that in terms of collecting rainfall totals and telling people in California who deal with drought quite a bit about the positives and negatives that can go along with water usage and things like that. Now Monsanto uses that today to help farmers manage their operation more efficiently and such like that. So I have the app pulled up on my iPad here, and one thing that the Climate Corporation's tool Climate Field View can do is scout for your field and use tools to show vegetative maps. So I'm going to show you a map right here of one of my farmers' fields that I've been managing lately. And as you can see, the red is showing that farmer, when he looks at it, those bad areas of the field. It uses a satellite imagery sensor to show where that field is lacking in terms of field health for a crop, such as soybeans and corn. And so he can go out there and say, hey, I'm going to look at this red part of the field first, because that's where the data is showing that that field's not doing that well. That's helping him manage his time more efficiently, where he needs to go to look at his fields and things like that. Another part that this field health does is show these images multiple times a year. So that's an August 11th, 2017 one from his field last year. Here's one on June 5th of last year. You can see it changes very differently. And then over to the vegetation side. This measures his biomass that he's getting throughout the field. So his first picture here on June 5th as well that he got last year. Some brown areas are showing that he's lacking in some parts, but the more lighter or darker it is showing where it's more biomass. So he can sequentially see how his crop's growing in terms of growth and things like that, and measure, hey, my crop's doing well, there's a lot of green out there, such as this picture taken on September 9th, and say, hey, it's doing great for the most part in my fields. Another key tool that this Climate Field View app does is it shows harvest data. Yield is the #1 thing that farmers work for. So here's a map of last year's yield data. You can see the green areas once again, there you go, are more positive, more of a reflection of how well he's doing within that field. And down here on the bottom, it'll show his yield, exactly what he got and things like that. So one thing I really like about this area is you can press this polygon button down here and circle a part of the field that you want. And it shows up and it shows you exact numbers of what you're getting. I can read here 9 acres, 20% moisture, 234 bushels per acre. It's telling the farmer exactly what part of the field he needs to look at in terms of next year as well. And then I can press this side button up here. I can view 2 different maps at once. With this harvest composure, I can see where it yielded, and then I can go to the drop-down menu. Hey, what do my yields look like for my soil? That's the different soils in the farmer's fields, and you can see the 2 maps compared to where he yielded the best and maybe where he yielded a little bit differently. The biggest thing that we see this tool helps farmers with is telling the story of a growing season. Where is this farmer at in terms of what he's using and with his inputs throughout the growing season? How can he manage his time, which is his greatest resource, more efficiently? So I think that this is a great tool that farmers can use. Agriculture and technology is changing every day, and agriculture is one industry where I think that these tools, such as the Climate Corporation and Monsanto, is really focusing and moving forward to be innovative in the marketplace. Thank you.